For those who are looking forward to efforts to halt further increases in electricity bills, they have been disappointed to note that electricity prices will rather be adjusted every quarter. The minister referred to it as the quarterly adjustment of utility tariffs. Every 3 months, light bills will go up. Now, this quarterly adjustment with no policy intervention from the NDC government will mean, as I mentioned, an increase in electricity tariffs every 3 months. Worse is that the government clandestinely removed the subsidies on gas that is made available to the IPPs. Remember, because government was subsidizing, the pricing was at about $7.8 per MMBTU. If you listen to the minister in the budget, he says gas prices have been increased. Why on earth will the government increase gas prices? He hid the fact. The fact is that government, the NDC government, has withdrawn the subsidy. And that is why the price has gone up now to $8.4 per MMBTU. This gas is what is used by the IPPs to produce power, and then they'll pass on the cost to us. So in effect, two things are happening. It's a double whammy. Not only are electricity prices going to go up every 3 months, it will be going up at a higher rate from now. So there's no hope when it comes to the reset of energy pricing. Fuel price increase, for example, which influenced the choices of many drivers in the last election, also did not see a respite in policy direction. Contrary to the NDC's manifesto promise that they were going to use the special petroleum levy to intervene in the market and cushion consumers, the government went silent on that in the budget. Ladies and gentlemen, without any policy intervention announced in the budget, what it means is that drivers can expect that the rises in fuel prices will continue. Already since January, I'm sure you've observed how fuel prices are performing. And when the government had the opportunity to bring their economic policy, they were quiet on it. So there's no hope when it comes to resetting on the matter of fuel prices. Food inflation. You remember before the election, everybody was talking about food inflation, the size of a ball of kinky, the pricing of food stuff. It's been a major challenge to most Ghanaians. Now, you will recall that the MPP introduced the Planting for Food and Jobs program, which was aimed at boosting productivity. But there were some outstanding issues that needed to be dealt with to ensure that that increased productivity could translate into stable or reduced prices at the markets. In the policies outlined by the government in this 2025 budget, there are no efforts to deal with those outstanding issues. The government's program is only to boost production like the MPP did. The key remaining challenges, such as transportation of food items from farm gates, poor storage of foodstuffs, and a liberalized pricing regime, have not been attended to. And what it means is that the continuous increase in food prices have not been addressed. Food price inflation will therefore remain in the medium term. The 2025 economic policy has not addressed it. There is no hope when it comes to resetting the trend of food price inflation. Transport fares. Unfortunately, you can expect that transport fares will continue to rise. This is because the government has not introduced any measure to intervene with the market forces. You will recall that at the tail end of our administration, we announced a policy and actually started a shift towards electronic vehicles, among other things. The underlying issues of fuel and the increasing cost of imported spare parts have not been addressed in the 2025 economic policy. You recall that some of the levies on imported items, including the special import levy, was going to end by 2025. The government has imposed the special import levy from 2026, 2027, 2028. So spare parts are not coming down in prices. And if spare parts are not coming down in prices and fuel is not coming down in prices, what does it mean for transport fares? You are going to see a continued increase in transport fares. So I'm sorry to inform you that there's no hope when it comes to the reset they promised on the matter of increase in transport fares.